Taia te kōrero, taia te wānanga, taia te pai pai wa o kia uru mai rā koutou ki te ore kōrero e tū nei. Tenei te pō nau mai te ao. Tēnā koutou katoa. Tēnā koutou tātou i roto i tēnei pō. Kia ora katoa tātou. Nei rā māua, ko Polly, e mii atu ana kia koutou i roto i tēnei pō. Tēnā koutou, kia ora katoa tātou. Kia ora everybody, Che Wilson here for Te Pai Pai Waho, and tonight we're doing things differently. And so we're starting off with Taite Talks, and Taite Talks is a change where on a Tuesday we will do our normal co-host session, and on a Thursday we'll provide Taite Talks, which is about bringing a manuhiri on, and we're bringing people from all walks of life who follow the page. And so the key thing is bringing on people who follow the page and getting them to ask me a couple of questions, whether it's related to our weekly and monthly theme or whether it's something completely different to that. But it's about how we change this up, how do we invite more people to learn about tupuna wisdom and through this platform. So ka ake e te iwi, really good to have my whanaunga here, and this is Polly. Polly Kareko, or I nearly called her Polly Condon earlier, because that's how I knew her as we grew up. And kei te tuahine, really good to have you here tonight. Polly and I are from home, we're related, but I brought on Polly tonight because Polly is an avid watcher of Te Pai Pai Waho, and she's purchased quite a few of these puka puka to share with her whānau. And so I thought, well, one way to acknowledge that is to ask her to be my first manuhiri. And after having a talk with her kids, she's here tonight. Nō reira, kei te tua e nei pau. Tēnei rā kamikia te kia koe, tēnā koe, nau mai. I'm going to hand it over to you to do your introduction as to who you are, and we'll get straight into things.
Tēnā koe, Che. Ngā mihi nui ki a koe. Thank you very much for inviting me to be your guest tonight. Yeah, I was very honoured to get your invitation. Kia ora e te wānau. Ko Ruapuhu toku maunga, ko Wanganui toku awa, ko Aotea toku waka, ko te Aotearoa nui a Paparangi toku iwi, ko ngā te uanuku mana wāware, rawa ko ngā te kurawātia o Kuhapu, no Araitahi ahau, ko Polly Kareko toku ingoa.
Kia ora, Polly. Really good to have you here tonight. And e te iwi, the way Taite Talks works is that we go straight into things, and I'm going to hand it straight off to Polly to ask a question. And she's given me a little bit of warning, so her questions, most of them will cover the theme, which is around connecting and talking to the environment. So straight after you, Polly.
So for those that don't hold any ancestral knowledge around connecting to our taiao, our environment, apart from listening to your co-host sessions, what other teachings or learnings can you suggest for those people to help them gain the confidence to start learning how to connect to the environment?
Yeah, awesome question, Polly. And my recommendation is, if you don't know your whakapapa, the first thing to note is that even when we might not know our whakapapa in here, our whakapapa is in us, and it's in our memory, and we have to link to our everything, the memory that's in our puku, the memory that's in our body, to help us connect. And because we all have wairua, whether we are able to connect to it or not, my first thing is to don't allow the noise of the mind where we're encouraged to have a rational, where we're encouraged to work through things rationally. Don't let the mind cloud you connecting. Instead, learn what you can learn, and then from there, work it out and allow your body, mind, and soul connect to the universe. to connect to the universe, to connect to Rangi and Papa, to connect to the trees, the rivers, the oceans, and do it that way. And in time, as you start to search, you'll find more answers about who you are.
So for those that don't go home that often or live overseas, they can still connect from wherever you are. You don't actually have to be home in your own tribal areas to connect.
Well, and the thing is that we whakapapa to one place,
Yeah.
and that's our whakapapa. But if you have lived in another place over generations, you will be starting to have a wider connection to that place as well. And so sometimes it's best to start at the place that you have the strongest connection with. And it's not to respect the people of that land, but it's to make sure that you can connect. And if you're overseas, ko rangi ko papa, ka puta ko tātou. And it's through rangi and papa that we are able to connect anyway. And so, and what I always do when I am in other places, and if I am overseas, is I always make sure to acknowledge the mana of the land, because it might not be where I'm from.
Okay, goodbye. Another question I have, karakia is a big entity within your tupuna wisdom teachings. For those that aren't confident in reciting karakia, what advice do you have for them?
So what I've been doing on my page is under the Kauhau sessions, and I've been doing a whole range of karakia, but I've been doing a few of them quite regularly. And the chant beat that I've been doing them in is the general chant that's in my book. And what I encourage you to do is try and copy that, but over time, try and find your own rhythm. And your own rhythm will either be connected to where you find affinity in nature, whether that's the wind, rapids, or the lapping of the waves on the beach. There will be a rhythm there that will connect you into your own vibration and how you link to universal vibration. And that's the rhythm that will be best for you. But start off with the examples that I've shared in the Kauhau sessions as a beginner, and then you get used to things over time. And people might go to you, that's not how you do it. When actually, and Elijah's saying hello.
Kia ora, Elijah.
When actually it's about how your body and your rhythm works, and therefore make it yours. Because karakia is a personal thing. And so it's about sharing that and making it work. Yeah,
and then, aroha mai.
Whatever.
So, and my the other question was in regards to your puka, your tupuna wisdom, karakia book 1, and the tātai that's contained in them is to get that, but what you've just mentioned before though, for those that are wanting to learn, to get that the correct rhythm. Are you, apart from what you've already done, do you have any intentions of doing any audio recordings for these?
Yeah, I'm pleased you've asked that, because what I will be doing is I will record 2 of the karakia and put them onto YouTube so that they're available for you. And I'm only doing 2 because I want to share the rhythm, because there's one already online in the Kauhau sessions.
Yes.
I'm going to share 2 so that you've got the rhythm, and then over time you can make it work for yourself. So yeah, no, thanks for bringing up the book, and that's the reason why I wanted to make this work, is because Taite talks is about how do we share with everybody on their journey. And so I'm deliberately not going to bring in experts and all of that, but I just want to bring everybody that's on a journey so that people can make that journey work for them, and hopefully this works, because it's a trial, and I thought, well, I'd bring in my tuahine and see how we could go and whether it works or not. Any other questions from you, Polly?
No, but one thing I do want to say is a big mahi to you, because just listening to you and to listening to other people, like, you know, Professor Dr. Rangi Matamua and just all the great people that are out there that have all this wisdom, it sparks something in me, and it's making me hungry. It's making me want to learn more and learn more about my iwi and just our people in general. So thank you.
Ka pai, Polly. And you shared with me before we came online something about the end of the puanga.
Yes.
The puanga wakahoia that I was on a couple of weeks ago. Can you just share those words that you wrote down, please?
Yes. So at the ending of it, what really resonated with me, and I connected because that's where I am on my journey. You said, if there is a strong desire to learn, little by little you will understand, until you realise your own true potential sits in the cups of your own hands. It's really important to understand and realise your true potential, and that it lies in the very palm of your own hands. And it's also a another definition to our proverb or our saying, ko au te awa, ko te awa ko au. And it can also mean I am the environment and the environment is me. So that really resonated for me.
Yeah, tēnā koe, and I'm pleased that worked for you, because the thing is that teaching is about us understanding that our atuatanga and everything that comes in with us, which goes back to your first question, is there, whether we know it or not, and it's latent, it's sitting there, sometimes asleep, and it's about us having experiences that wake up that potential for it to grow. And if you were to acknowledge kore, po, ao as three stages of creation, kore is like the seed bed waiting. Po is the seed growing in the dirt. And ao is it coming out and being realized. And that potential that's in the cups of our hands, though we might not be able to see it, once we have experiences where we can connect, that connection will help something to grow. So, Kate, thank you for that.
Thank you.
No, ka pai, and really appreciate you making some time to join in with Taite Talks. And so e te iwi, next Tuesday, I've got my co-host sessions, and then on next Thursday will be Taite Talk number 2, and we'll have a new manuhiri, and I'm going to probably change it up. 1 week, somebody I know, 1 week, somebody who I've never met but only talked to online via the channel. So just to mix it up so that we can have a range of people from a whole range of walks of lives to come on and connect. Nō reire, mihi kauana kia koutou, kei te tuahine, tēnei rā ka mihi atu kia koe, koutou katoa I roto I tēnei pō, tēnei ka mihi atu, kia wakaere ake ngā kupu ki te tāhuhu nui, orangi nui e tui honei, e rongo wakaere ake kirunga hai, turuturu ohiti wakamaua kia tīnā, Ie, tai. Kia ora, Polly, thank you. Tēnā koutou.
Kia ora.